Hello, everyone. I'm Mollie Marcous Samann, the Commissioner of the LPGA. I'm sorry that I'm not there with you in person, but I'm thrilled that you've asked me to be a part of your celebration of Title IX. The Golf Association of Michigan is clearly a strong and vibrant community that has been propelled by the passing of Title IX 50 years ago. I talk a lot about gratitude and optimism, and I know this celebration will honor the past and look to the bright future ahead of all of you as you acknowledge this very important milestone, the anniversary of a law that has affected all of us. It doesn't matter if you, like me, grew up playing sports, or if you've never picked up a ball or broken a sweat in a gym, Title IX has touched everyone. On June 23, 1972, 50 years ago this month, Title IX of the Education Amendments was enacted into law. In a nutshell, it said that no school accepting federal funds could discriminate in admission or participation based on sex. What most people don't realize today is that Title IX was not originally about sports, and it's actually only 37 words. At the time that the act was signed into law, women made up about 41% of students in colleges and universities. Today, that number is close to 60%, a healthy majority. But Title IX had its most visible impact in sports. Prior to the law, women's sports in schools were underfunded and in many cases non-existent. Today, every co-ed school has women and girls who are athletes, coaches, and sports administrators, leaders in every part of the organization. This legislation was so critical because it highlighted the value sports play in society. Not only do sports provide enormous physical benefits, but sports do two other very important things. They build communities, like this community here tonight, and they develop leaders. And Title IX played a large role in mandating that these benefits were afforded to young girls who had previously largely been excluded. And the impact has transcended sports. Look in today's boardrooms, look in the C-suites. Over 90% of the women you see were athletes in high school or college. That was where they developed the skills and mindset to lead. They learned discipline, teamwork, how to compete, how to win with grace and lose with dignity. They learned how to push themselves, how to sacrifice, how to give up immediate gratification for longer-term goals. And for me, one of the most important things that sports does is it gives young people confidence. If you learn to master one thing, you know you can master other things. That is certainly my story. As a young girl, sports are where I found my identity and my confidence, and where I developed the mindset that has helped me every step of the way. I love to play sports, and I watched and played anything I could find. My mother always tells the story of my 7th birthday party. All I wanted was to play baseball. I invited 20 boys, and we played for 3 hours. My parents didn't play golf, but I saw my brother go off to play with some friends, and I had to try it. I was immediately hooked, and I spent my summers at the local public golf course playing all day. For various reasons, the two sports I settled on were ice hockey and soccer. I couldn't choose one, so I played both in college. And of course, I kept playing golf whenever I could. When you're on the ice or the field or the course, you learn to push yourself. You learn that what you thought was a breaking point is actually just the beginning. You learn that you are capable of doing so much more than you ever dreamed. And you learn to become a better judge of those around you. You learn how to encourage others, you learn how to coach and be coached, and you learn how to be a part of a team and within a community. Sports gave me a clear vision of the kind of leader I wanted to be. Not only have the individual skills I've learned helped me in every step of the way, but the confidence that I developed as an athlete to know I could handle tough pressure moments, and the team-oriented mindset that I developed has been ingrained in me. And these are the reasons I've been given the privilege to lead some amazing organizations. Billie Jean King has been known to say, "Pressure is a privilege." And I think of that often, and I'm grateful that I learned to handle that pressure through sports. Every job, every opportunity I've had, from my 19 years working at Chelsea Piers to becoming the first woman to serve as athletic director at my alma mater, Princeton University, and now as the 9th commissioner of the LPGA, I credit to what I learned playing sports. I'm particularly proud to be a part of the longest-running women's sports professionals league in the world. 72 years ago, 13 courageous women signed the original LPGA charter. 22 years before the passage of Title IX. It wasn't easy. Those brave founders had to find their own sponsors. They had to carpool across the country, promoting themselves and their fledgling league from Topeka to Tucson to Toledo to Tallahassee. They set up their own gallery ropes, they sold their own tickets, they put posters in storefront windows, and they gave clinics to locals in most every town they visited. There were times when they thought their new league might not survive. There were a lot of times they thought their league might not survive. And most people didn't even think they should be playing at all. Today, the LPGA Tour has more than 700 hours of television coverage, reaching audiences in 220 countries. Our players are competing for the highest purses in history, as evidenced by the recent U.S. Women's Open, where the field played for a remarkable, record-setting $10 million in prize money. In 2022, we're playing for over $90 million and still growing. But that's only part of what makes the LPGA so special and so empowering. Our professionals division has more than 1,800 educators and leaders who are dedicated to growing the game every day. And our LPGA USGA girls golf program continues to be the fastest growing platform in the game, with 100,000 young girls participating in more than 500 chapters in the United States and 11 countries. Title IX had made that possible. Many of the girls who enter the game today are the daughters of Title IX mothers, women who, through their history and through their actions, gave the next generation permission to pursue their dreams. At the LPGA, we tell the stories of our professionals through a series we call Drive On. The first of those Drive On video messages was entitled, "This is for Every Girl." If you haven't seen it, I recommend you go online and watch it. In it, one of our players, Mo Martin, says, "This is for every girl has been told that success and kindness are two different things." That's followed by another of our major champions, Anna Nordquist, saying, "This is for every girl who has been told to give up." Brooke Henderson ends the spot with, "This is us crushing it for you so you can crush it for the next girl." That encapsulates what we do at the LPGA, what we work for every day. But we are not standing still, and we are not even close to done. Today, only 7% of total marketing dollars spent in sports go to women's sports. This is an appallingly low number. Where the generation before us passed Title IX to give women the opportunity to compete, our job is to move women's sports closer to equal footing in sponsorships, in television coverage, and in total market share. That's our goal at the LPGA, not just for women's professional golf, but for girls and women in all sports everywhere in the world. We want to move from surviving to truly thriving. Thank you for playing your part, and thank you for learning what you learned playing this great game of golf to lead and to build powerful and successful communities around you. And as our founders stressed day in and day out, try to leave things better for those coming behind you. Thank you, and have a great night.